Hey guys, welcome to the Battle Watch. This is I closed the video so the music stopped. I didn't even think about that. Welcome to the Battle Watch. This is Dragon, and as always, we have the Battle Watch commanders. Steppy, say hi, man.
How's it going?
We are amiss with Mark today. He's got some personal stuff going on, but we won't get into that. He requested us not to, so we will be pressing on with the stream anyway. Without him, he says his regards and thanks everybody for thinking about him. So as always, if there's any listeners that have information they want to hear, they want us to talk about, please let us know on the Facebook group or Twitter. You can find us at the Battle Watch on Facebook. It's a closed group, but we will invite you as soon as you request. And I am on Twitter at dr4g3n. Steppy, you just want to plug your Twitter right now?
At jsteppies.
All right. So, question for the crew: what is your favorite hero and why? Steppy, you go.
I honestly don't have an absolute favorite, but
Okay.
I'd have to say maybe Genji. Taking away all the mechanics about, all the damage about him and all the nerfs and that. But just because mechanically, you can jump around, you can dash, you can climb up walls, you can jump off airplanes. You get a reset if you get an elimination through your ult. I don't know. I think he's one of the most thought about characters in this game, in regards to the mechanics, and maybe Tracer as well, just the fact that you can blink around and then recall. I'm kind of into that sort of stuff where there's a lot of mechanically good things that you can do, whereas just say Roadhog, there's not much mechanically that you can do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Genji definitely is the most skill-based character in the game, I believe. And because of the fact that it's one of those, you need to have your mouse settings perfect because you need to be able to turn 180 degrees at any given instant and be able to escape or engage whenever it's possible.
Yeah.
Mine, obviously, I'm sure everybody that's been watching the show knows, Reinhardt is my favorite. He will always be my favorite. I've always been a fan when I've played games of the big tanks and the bulky guys, just because they're sexy. No, it's because they're awesome. And I've always been a fan of warriors, and the fact that he hunts dragons. I know it's hypocritic of me, but he's always been my fave ever since he was released, which was on the beta. First thing we're going to have to talk about is some PTR changes that they've implemented. And I don't know if we want to read all this step. I think we can just go into the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah.
All right, so first thing that they're changing is the quick melee has changed, so it should feel a bit more consistent. They didn't intend on people trying to cancel abilities, such as soon as Genji dashed, he was able to melee immediately after, and not canceling his dash, but being able to do both at the same time, which increased his damage viability, which they've worked on. But they've kept in some of the characters, such as Pharah's jet boost, because it's more of a evasion or a what am I trying to say? It's more of transportation. What they've mentioned was Pharah's jet boost, Winston's leap, and Tracer's blink, because all those are moving to another place that you can still do it within that, which kind of sounds weird, other than the fact that Genji actually uses his blade when he's moving. But because they don't, I believe that's the whole, they can still do it when Winston can do it when he's leaping, Pharah can do it when she's flying in the air, and Tracer can do it when she blinks, which I think is going to be ridiculous because of the fact that her blink is so fast anyway. What are your thoughts on that?
I just think it's more or less to stop people getting more damage out of certain situations.
Okay.
For Tracer, you shouldn't stop her blinking and meleeing, because that doesn't physically... Her blink doesn't do damage. You don't blink to someone and it does damage, and then you're meleeing and then it does damage.
Yeah.
Same as Pharah. I don't think her jetpack does any damage whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
But Winston's, I think, does on landing, and that's it. I think it's just to stop damage exploits from happening. Genji dashing, which is 50 damage, and then meleeing, which is 30. Is it 30?
Yeah. I think
so it's like 80 damage instantly. Like that's a bit much.
it might be less, but we can go with 30 for now.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason for it, to be honest.
Yeah, you want to read the next one?
Hanzo. Yeah, Hanzo is feeling great on the PTR at the moment, and so with Hanzo, before they've updated the PTR recently, he had a 30% increase to his projectile speed, and he was able to walk 10% faster while his arrows were drawn back. Now, he felt really, I wouldn't say stupidly strong, but they say he felt really, really strong, so they've lowered his projectile size by 33%. Even prior to this buff, people were saying Hanzo's arrows had a huge hitbox anyway, so he's going to be definitely more like a Widowmaker now. Like, you have to be accurate, and you have to be shooting the actual person rather than beside their head, and you might just nip a headshot accidentally. So this should just overall balance him in a straight line along the lines of Widowmaker. So I think it's a good change, for sure.
Yeah, there was a couple videos that I've seen about this already, and they used the test range. Steppy, I don't know if you're watching at the moment, but they used the test range, and with Hanzo, they were trying to move closer and closer to the training bots. And if you can see, I'm moving closer and closer, and I haven't been able to hit yet. Haven't hit yet. I'm still close. I think his hitbox right now is pretty on point. But
I think it's just for when people are moving. Like,
yeah,
because you got the tick rate's a bit low, so I think the hitbox becomes bigger as people are moving. I don't think it's standing still targets that the problem is.
So are you watching right now?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting closer and closer from the top, and I was about a good hand size of Hanzo's above their head, and I hit a headshot right now. Like
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty significant at the moment. So that with an increased projectile speed is just going to be devastating at a distance, and it has been. I mean, a lot of the streamers are strictly playing Hanzo just because of the fact that his hitbox is so large at the moment, and they can just rifle out shots over and over again. Yeah. This is the whole reason that Widowmaker is not really viable, because if you have to aim more precise with a Widowmaker than with Hanzo, then why even play her?
Exactly.
Moving on, Soldier 76 was the last change for this week. And while we're on the subject, I think all these PTR patches, as well as Eichenwald, are going to be coming out this Tuesday. And the reason I say that is because they want to give us some time to test.
So you mean in a couple of days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think they want to give some time to test out the new map for Season 2, and they also want to give us the option of having all the changes before Season 2 comes, but also because they know that a lot of people are going to be going away from Overwatch for this final week because Legion is coming out on World of Warcraft. So I think because of that reason, they're going to be like, hey, there's still something for the players. So that being said, Soldier 76's weapon, so that it starts, and I don't know if anybody remembers this, but they made it so it spread fire a lot more because everybody was playing Soldier 76, and it was basically playing an assault character on Call of Duty, and they really didn't like that. Because everybody was just walking around, body shotting, headshotting, like everyone everywhere, because his rounds fire so fast. So they made it a spread fire to make it a little more accurate to a weapon, and they found out that more people are not playing him, so they kind of reduced that spread fire at the moment. If you want to check out how a spread fire works, it's a little all over. Excuse me. It's a little all over the place, but I think it's pretty accurate at the moment. They're making it even more accurate, which I think we're going to start seeing a lot more Soldier 76s running around.
It's only more accurate if you're burst firing now, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to stop the spray and pray, but it's going to promote people who want to aim and burst fire.
So I'm shooting 6 in a row each time, like 5 or 6, and It seems to be straight on. So that being minimized to a closer hitbox is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And that was the PTR changes that we have for this week. Moving on to the main topic, we are going to be talking about our girl Farah. Do you know any of her backstory, Steppy?
Oh, I don't know anything, no.
So, for those of you that don't know, oh my god, for those of you that don't know, wait until you watch that. Farah is the daughter of Ana. Ana was the character that was recently released, and she is also part of Overwatch. Overwatch being like Reaper is part of Blackwatch, as well as Genji and Hanzo were part of the Shimada clan. There's a big backstory to everything on this, but Farah joined because I believe because her mother was in, and if anybody that's listening, watching knows this, please correct me, because I'm not a big Vorthos player or Vorthos. I don't like the backstory. Like I like to play the game. I like the characters. I like to know it every once in a while. I don't think I'd be one of the people that I'd probably go and watch the movie, or maybe wait until it comes out on DVD if they ever made one. But I'm not all about I'm not all about checking up on every single thing. She is from Mexico, and specifically Dorado, so if you've played on the Dorado map, that is her hometown. She mentions it in a lot of her what is that called? A lot of her emotes and a lot of her just banter when you start a game on Dorado, either attacking or defending. But overall, Farah is / was an amazing character. It's kind of sad to me that
she's died off a fair bit.
Oh yeah, like I think ridiculously almost. So what I have written down is she's able to box people out, and what I mean by that is she can contain people to a doorway. She's got the ability to knock people around and control where they go. So because of that, she's a very good character. Now, the problem with her at the moment is there's so many characters that counter her. And Steppy, I know that you play one of the main counters to Farah at the moment, and it's just devastating. So I'll have you talk about him for a little bit.
So obviously we talked about McCree last week, and about how much damage he does, and how much I personally think they should reduce it. But ever since he got his snipe buff, let's call it, from a Farah who's trying to either build her ult up close-ish or just trying to nuke people down at the closest range, because obviously it's easier to hit her rockets the closer you are, is kind of irrelevant now, because McCree shoots you in the head once, you lose like 140 health. And then when you have more than one person focused on you, even if he headshots you once and misses every other bullet, you're gonna die because you have like 60 health left.
Yes.
So the amount of damage that he does to a Farah, like, it's just too, you can't play her unless you just want to shoot from very far away, and then maybe when you get your ult, try combo it with someone. But other than that, if there's a McCree on your team, on the opposing team, it's kind of hard to play her because she just dies so quick. And if you add Zenyatta's orb on that, then you're dead. Like, I don't see... And because when she's in the air, there's no great movements, it's actually easy to adjust your aim to actually kill her. So
yeah,
I don't like how much she's fallen off.
Yeah, I agree. Other counters to her are Soldier 76. The fact that he can be so accurate, and he's going to be more accurate with the burst fire, is going to be stripping down Farahs really fast. Roadhog in close quarters I have written down only because his hook can easily grab her out of the sky, and his hook can fly a distance. So I believe if we were to test it, like Steppy, are you in game at the moment?
No.
I believe that if we were to test it and I went directly up in the air, let me go start making a custom game, but if we were directly up in the air, I think a hook could hit her at the top of her leap, at the top of her boost.
Yeah, and not just the hook. If you're accurate, an accurate shooter, his right click can nuke a Pharah in the air if he hits like right before the explosion.
Yeah.
So he does it. He's going to do a lot of damage to her while she's in the air. And then again, if he adds Zenyatta's orb, like she's probably just going to instantly die.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Speaking of Zenyatta has become a powerhouse lately. I mean, he's getting a bit of a debuff on his Discord board, but so go Roadhog. Zenyatta, because of the fact that his projectile speed was increased so much, he can basically snipe in the sky, and his Discord orb immediately attaches. So because of that, and because a lot of people are paying attention to Pharah's being in the air at the moment, that is the reason that it's not really a viable choice. So finally we have the obvious picks, the Hanzo and Widowmaker, because obviously if Pharah's in the sky, she's the only one flying around unless there's a Mercy following her. But because of that reason, she's very easy to see. And because she's very...
And she's not hard to hit in the area.
Sorry. No, she's not. Not at all. And for anybody that is played a Widowmaker, it's very easy to pay attention to. A solo character flying around. So, I don't have this written down, but this is off the top of my head. When I started playing and watching pro players on Overwatch, I had noticed that a lot of pro players, like the high end, were picking Pharah, and I believe that was the case was because she was able to do what the soldier in Team Fortress 2 did, which was all right. I'm going up.
Exactly on top of your...
That's fine. I'll tell you. So, because of that reason, yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much was.
That looked like ridiculously easy. Let me go on top of the roof and then go up. So, all right, 9 seconds. Because of... Oops. I need to go back up. I thought I could stand. I thought I could stand on the edge. So, because of that reason, a lot of people being used to the soldier in Team Fortress 2 being able to do AoE damage, area of effect damage, a lot of people felt that she was very viable, and she was. There was a player, Seagull. A lot of people that watch the game know about her. All right, I'm going up. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, just out of range. Just.
Okay. So, yeah, Roadhog is very easy, very easy to pick her apart. So, excuse me, Seagull played a lot of Pharah, and because of that, he was able to use what people didn't know yet. That's my thought process. A lot of people, when they play first-person shooters, they're not really looking to the sky, because what did we have? We had the Battlefields, we had the Call of Duties, we had the what are some of the other ones? The Ghost Recon and stuff like that, where people aren't flying around because it's based in modern day. So yeah. Because of that reason, there was a lot. All right, hold up. I'm fully hovered. No, you would have got me easy.
Yeah.
Because of that reason, nobody was looking to the sky, and Seagull was able to take advantage of using a lot of area effect damage.
Well, that, and back then Zenyatta wasn't getting picked at all as well to make sure people were nuking Pharah easier, and McCree wasn't strong back then at decent ranges, so
that's
you
true.
had 3 reasons there just to play Pharah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. She's very viable on points such as Ilios, because she can knock people away, and her concussive blast, which is what I just used, does not do damage, so be wary of that. Did it?
Go again? I don't think it did.
I will do.
Nah.
Okay, no damage. And because of that reason, It was another reason why. Nice shot. See,
whoops.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. She's just a paper thin anymore, and I was a full health.
And with the new Roadhog buff too, like people are going to be playing him more.
Yes.
And with the Zenyatta nerf as well, like she's like you're going to see a lot more Roadhogs. So stuff like that is going to be happening to Pharahs if you pick her.
Yeah. So, more or less, we're not saying not to pick Pharah. She's very, very enjoyable. She combos very well with other characters with her ultimate. She can easily mow a player down. But it's one of these things you have to know who you're up against. And for instance, I believe it was like 10 or 20 minutes ago, Steppy and I were playing a game against 4 McCrees, a Mercy, a Mercy and a Lucio, and I was playing Pharah. I don't think I was able to get into this guy, and the only reason we were able to capitalize was because Steppy was playing Steppy was playing Zarya, and I was able to use the combination.
Or I was able to shield, and you lived.
Exactly.
Like even maybe she might come back into fashion a little bit with the Mercy buff, maybe, because the extra healing that she does now.
Mm-hmm.
But still, if McCree hits you twice, that's a lot of damage. Even an improved Mercy, I'm not sure she would heal through it.
Yeah, and I mean, as you just saw, the Roadhog just hit me once with his right click and was able to completely annihilate me. So, because she's able to do that, hold on, let me get a heal and let's test that theory. Because there's certain characters that can just hit her one shot. Even a Mercy healing cannot heal through that because it needs to have damage in order to heal. All right, I'm going up. I'm above. I think that's too far. I'm at 74 from 200, so that was pretty devastating. I believe we got.
If I was on the back of the payload, it probably would have killed you.
Oh, because you were closer. I'm not full yet. All right, so we're gonna test out. Really? I'm at 194.
Right.
I
shouldn't hit. Yeah, I thought it was kind of you. Still gonna have enough. It's only 6 health. It should be alright. Oh, that would have respawned now anyway.
Alright, so you see the payload's gonna move. That's fine.
It's probably.
Yep.
Yeah, bang.
That's
that is
200 plus damage probably, and that's insane. That's an insane amount of damage that a Pharah cannot live through.
Yeah.
So, I guess unfortunately, what we're trying to get at is Pharah is a very fun character. She's very viable in quick play, but unfortunately at the moment competitive play she's not viable because there's so many counters to her.
And do you think that they're gonna show her some love at some point? Like I thought if that was gonna be the case they would do it this next patch. Like
so I think that because she started out so high they're gonna give her a little breathing space, and then once they realize the devastation that all the other characters are doing to her, I believe she'll get some type of defense slash you better get over here, be Tracer or something. They'll give her some type of love. Like what do you think would be the viable change at the moment?
I see some characters I don't have a suggestion or a thought of how to make them better. Like what can you do? Like
so
I don't know, I guess while you're in the air you take less damage or something, or like I don't know, like I'm not sure, like what can you do?
Alright, my thought process,
maybe while you're ulting, like I don't know, man,
like an invulnerability,
maybe not for long, but
no my thought process would be Pharah can be shredded very easily. Just land on the point so that you can push it. Pharah would be getting She gets shredded really quick.
250 health. Maybe do a
Yeah.
Reaper like to it.
I would see more of a shield, and what I mean by shield, I don't mean I mean armor. That's what I mean. The yellow, because of the fact that the armor takes you can take even more damage with the armor than you can with the shield anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so maybe give it like 50 armor and health.
Yeah.
That might be alright.
Something to that extent.
I mean, because at least that way, even if it's 2 headshots from McCree, you probably won't die. Like, straight away.
Anyway. Yeah, so I think some kind of nice shot, some kind of increased armor. Oh, that's another thing we didn't mention. And I have it written down. She can deal an insane amount of damage in a small amount of time.
Yes.
And that was the big reason that she was picked at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it works out as 120 damage if it's a direct hit.
That's it? It seems like a lot more.
No, I'm pretty sure well, we can test that in a minute.
Here we go.
I did let the game expire. But I'm 99.9% sure that it's 120 damage for a direct hit.
You weren't even aimed at my head. That was a body shot.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You don't aim at the head. 100% of the team's damage. Nice, dude.
Oh, man. You voted for me? Yay. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, that's fair in a nutshell. Unfortunately, she's not as viable at the moment, but hopefully, like Steppy was mentioning, she can get some love in the future. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be season 2, actually. I think it's going to be later on. Like, it'll be a full 3 months. I don't...
Last season, did they bring out a patch halfway through the season for nerfs or buffs or anything?
Yeah,
they might do it halfway through. Like,
I mean, they did the whole McCree up down up thing.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, that was during
season 1. Oh, mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel that they will, but I just don't feel Farah's gonna be the one getting it at the moment. I think they're going to be concentrating more on Ana, concentrating more on the support characters, because the characters that how can I say this? And this is going to be very unfortunate. The characters that people don't tend to pick because they want to deal more damage, they're going to focus on because of the fact that people don't pick them.
Yes, and that's why May got her buff, because no one picks her.
Yeah.
Competitive. Like, quick play, yeah, whatever. People play her, but... and same with Hanzo. Like, he was picked in competitive, but... You're just sitting there saying, come on, Hanzo, kill someone. Hanzo, kill someone.
Yeah, and not only that... It was more of a, oh man, we got a Hanzo on attack. Like, now you see a Hanzo on attack and you're like, okay, hopefully this guy's good.
So that's the thing, like, and that's the reason for the Mercy buff as well. She just stopped getting played because, you know, there was better supports out there that healed more and faster and had better ults and, you know, stuff like that. Like, that's why I think they will give Farah some love eventually, because she's just not getting picked at a competitive level. The only time she gets picked is basically on Ilios or, you know, Nepal, where you're fighting in the middle and there's that little knockback area, but other than that.
Yeah.
Alright, so stop for a second. So if you shoot directly in my face, I should die. I'm on 120.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's 120. That's all I had left.
Let's do it without, though. Like, come back and we'll do it when you're at full 200.
Yeah.
I'm just going to push Spayload so we can extend the time a little. Yeah, so... Excuse me, Farah's enjoyable. Farah's a very enjoyable character if you're the type of person that likes to be very mobile, you like to rain justice from above, or just enjoy playing a character. Okay, so I'm going to do it from a distance. Like, still a headshot. Ready?
Yep. Yeah, it's 120, I thought so.
Exact?
80 health. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, alright. 120 it is. And, alright, so go heal up. What do you want at the moment?
Like, I'd really like to see, like, a lot of the weaker attackers get some sort of buff. Like,
alright, so what are you at right now? I'm at 200. So you can do it to me.
Right. good. What am I doing? Just shooting now?
No. So I'm going to be in this circle. Shoot on the outside ring of the circle.
Oh, so like right here?
Like right... See where this light is? Right there.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to do any damage.
Okay.
I did do a bit.
12. So that does 12 damage. Alright, so... come right back.
Because it does have a very small splash radius.
Alright,
and
so...
even from like this spot to here, I was only 12.
Alright, now hit my feet. Like not at my... like directly in front of my feet. Alright, so that was... I'm at 136, so that was 74.
64.
64. 60.
Something like that.
64. I think you were right the first time. So I mean...
And that was... so it's half of a direct hit, really.
Yeah. Alright,
And that
now...
was right on your toes.
Now hit my toes.
Directly?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
I'm at 16. So I was at 136, yeah. I'm at 16, and that was what, 120?
120.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a direct hit anywhere on the body is 120 damage. That's why she deals so much damage. But yeah, she can keep people away. She can box people out. She can do a lot for the team. Unfortunately, whenever she's in the air, she's not going to be very. She's not going to be good.
Extremely vulnerable. Like, maybe their thought process behind the mercy buff as well is maybe just to give Pharah's a second chance. Like,
see, I think
I don't know. When that patch comes out, we should test it, like Mercy Pharah, and just see if McCree wrecks your face or Soldier wrecks your face as often. Like,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
It would just be a testing process, because maybe they could. That might do, like, they're gonna make Pharah have to be played with a Mercy, and like I don't know how much damage you get from a Mercy, but 120 for a direct hit would probably be more like
150, 160,
40 or 150, yeah, something like that. So she does do damage. So don't sit there and think, oh, she doesn't do any damage. Why would I play her? She just gets killed too easy. That's the problem.
Yes. Yeah.
Or maybe make it when she's in the air. You can move a little bit faster to the left and right. Every time you press shift, you get a little slight boost to the left or right, whatever direction you're pressing.
Yeah.
So you're moving a bit faster, so those shots are harder to maintain.
Almost like the boost become jets, like the hover.
Yeah, like you get a little bit of a push to that side, or if you press forward in space, like you get a little boost up, only a little boost, just to try and make people alleviate their shots a little bit, so they actually have to predict where you're going, rather than you just falling or going to the left or right. Like, because when you go right and then you start to go left, you kind of freeze in the middle of the left and right for half a second, and that's where the Widowmakers and Hanzos have a field day. Like, you know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, do you want to? Oh, nice. Do you want to demonstrate our tip of the week?
Okay, so
our tip
of the week is, as Pharah, your concussive blast can propel you to a different locations faster. So if I just jump jet here, like that, okay, I'll leap forward a bit, and I'll just use this quickly. So if I do that, it'll knock me back. Now, if I combine the two, which will be in 8 seconds, I should shoot further back this way and higher than I normally would. Okay, so I'll do it in front of the payload.
Okay.
Actually, no, flat ground. So if I go E, then shift, I went up like super high and super far back, and I'm just continuing to roll back without pressing a button. So it shoots you higher and further, and you can just kind of do it like, if I was to do it here, and like I'm peeking this corner shooting here, and I wanted to escape from like that line of sight, I could just go bang. I don't have to necessarily boost, and then I can walk around the side here or whatever. So yeah, it's a nifty way to, yes, knock people off edges, but it's a good way to escape from a rocket.
Oh yeah,
or anything, you know.
Take advantage of the situation that you're given, where you're flying closer to buildings, and you're up in the air all the time. Like Stebby was mentioning, with a possible change, you would be able to utilize the concussive blast more to your advantage, and maybe that will be a change. Maybe they'll reduce the timing on the concussive blast. It's at 12 seconds at the moment for a respawn timer, so if it was something like 6, I think that would be amazing, but that might be a little like unfair.
Or even like just 2 seconds.
2 seconds on a concussive blast?
No. I mean, reduce it by 2. So 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So like she might just become like, oh, okay, direct hit, oh, I'm dying. Like separate people, like more of like a counter alter. So like a Reaper comes in, and then you get that ult, like you get the concussive blast a bit quicker, and then you can shoot him away more often than you would not.
Yes.
And like just maybe like an ult separator or something like that. So when people do ult, they get pushed off edges like more often because you can use it more often. Maybe become a defensive character like that.
Yeah.
If you're on the payload and it's like overtime, I knock you off and just say a Tracer recalls on there, and then she's the only one to be able to get back in that certain amount of time for whatever reason. Just say someone got caught in a Zarya ult, and then Tracer's just pegging you or something like that, and then you can just, with that extra 2 seconds of time that you have, then knock her off and then win the game or something like that. I don't know. There's so much they could do. They could give her armor. I would personally like to see... Get lost, you stupid cat. I'd personally like to see, like, every time you press space in whatever direction you're in, you get a bit of a boost. I think that would be definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, Farah needs love, and hopefully she'll get it. But with that, that's the end of the cast. There hasn't been a lot of changes this week. I believe we'll be getting them on next week, so next Sunday we'll be able to put that up for you guys and let you know what we think about the final changes to the PTR that get pushed to the live servers. Shout outs as always. My Twitter again is at dr4g3n. Feel free to follow and send me messages at any time. It updates with the videos and the streaming that goes live. On the Facebook group, we are the Battle Watch. Search the Battle Watch. It's a closed group for Overwatch. Excuse me. YouTube, you should be watching it now. If you are on Twitch, then you can go to my YouTube channel, and it is dr4g3n. You can subscribe to that. That would be much appreciated. And finally, my Battle.net name, if you want to play with me at any time that I'm available. Okay. I got kicked for inactivity. So, if for any reason you want to search me up or try and play some games with me, I'm going to be going pretty deep into season 2 for competitive, trying to climb the ladder pretty high as I can go. And my Battle.net name is dr4g3n #1333. Steppy, what's your info, man?
So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter at jsteppys, my YouTube is youtube.com/steppyj. If you see any of my videos, Dragon's link is actually in my description if you couldn't be bothered typing Dragon. Or if you actually are a viewer on my channel, you can just check out his link in the description of my channel. If you want to add me on Battle.net, Steppy6649. And I actually do have an Instagram now, if you guys would like to follow me on that, which is just instagram.com/Steppy_gaming. And I guess that's really all I've got, to be honest.
Well, you'll have a new follower on Instagram after this video is over. If you guys want to check out my cousin, he's trying to get back into Overwatch. We should be going on the same time schedule because he's on shift work and I'm switching over. So we might see my cousin. He is twitch.tv/Legend of Steve. And next week we will be talking about one of my favorite characters, and I think he's an incredibly viable character in the competitive scene right now, Reaper. So look forward to that. We'll be doing this next Sunday at Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. So that date is the 4th of September, also my birthday. Woo!
Oh, nice.
So look forward to us doing that, and I'm gonna be like eating cake on stream. Yeah. But all right, Steppy, that's all I got.
All right, sweet.
All right, man. Thank you for coming, and thanks everybody for viewing. And as always, try and catch our streams. Try and catch Steppy's videos. Steppy should be streaming sooner than later, and and he will be climbing the ladder to the top 500. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Peace out.